How much does it actually cost to take a family of 10 to Gatlinburg? It's one of the questions we get asked the most. And honestly, before this trip, I wasn't sure either. So today, I'm sharing exactly what we spent, why we chose to spend money on certain things, where we intentionally saved, and what we would absolutely do again. Because I don't think the goal is spending the least amount of money. The goal is spending money on things your family will remember. Hi there, friends. Welcome back to the Mama Simply channel. If you're new here, I'm Amber, a mom of 8 kids living in rural Indiana. Around here, I share simple rhythms, real food, everyday life, and large family living. A friend recently asked me, how does a family of 10 afford a Gatlinburg vacation? So if you're wondering the same thing, this video is for you. Before we even left home, we had to make one of the biggest decisions of the trip. Where were we going to stay? For our family, a cabin actually made more sense than booking multiple hotel rooms. So while the cabin was our biggest expense, it also became one of our biggest ways to save money. As you can see, that's a lot of shoes. We have a lot of people to have in our cabin, and so we needed plenty of space. And we also wanted to do an awful lot of things with our family and make memories. So the cabin was a big part of that. And as you can see, the layout of our cabin was just really comfortable, plenty of space, nice big dining room, plenty of seating for our family. And my must-haves list was pretty simple. I wanted mountain views, enough room for all 10 of us, a full kitchen, laundry. I also wanted a dishwasher. My husband wanted a grill, which I was fully in support of. So that way we could grill out, and my husband enjoys grilling. And we had these beautiful mountain views and even a picnic table outside so we could enjoy eating outside and being out in nature. It also included a hot tub, and the kids were a huge fan of the community resort style pool. We had enough bedrooms for all the people, and it even had a pool table. So those weren't just nice extras. The kitchen meant that we could cook and save money and make our meals at home. The hot tub and the pool were entertainment that we already paid for. The kids were huge fans of the pool and the hot tub. Now, the week that we were staying, it was extremely hot, so we actually turned the hot tub down, and the kids really enjoyed the pool. It was a big pool. Here we're getting ready to go, getting ready to head down to the pool, and everyone's changed and ready in their for the most part, changed and ready to go. And so those really helped save money, and especially with it being so hot and having so many kids, it was a really nice way to cool off, and everyone really enjoyed having that. So instead of spending money on like a water park or something, that was included in the price as well. So it definitely was a bit of a splurge for our family, but well worth the extra fee. And just getting everyone out the door and ready to enjoy our nice day. The laundry meant that every child only needed to have 3 outfits because I was able to wash the clothes during the week. And so we have a 12-passenger van, but even with that, there just isn't really a whole lot of space when you have 10 people. And so the ability to wash the laundry and not have to worry about finding a laundromat and that extra expense really, really helped with that. And the grill gave us another way to cook meals. The dishwasher meant less time worrying about cleanup, and then we saved money on paper plates. And it just had such a nice theme and really added to our ability to spend time together as a family. And we were able to share meals together. The whole family gathered around the table, really made it nice and helped save so much money that we would have spent otherwise, and really helped us with our family time together. So we had ways to also hang out together on the open porch, and spending this time together in the quiet, looking over the mountains and the scenery was really, really nice for our family and just what we needed. So yes, while this was our biggest expense, I would make the exact same decision again, and we were very happy with our cabin and everything that came with it. The first stop after arriving in Gatlinburg wasn't an attraction, it was Kroger. I know that probably sounds boring, but honestly, I think it was one of the smartest financial decisions we made for this whole trip. We didn't want to pack coolers full of food and worry about the food spoiling during the drive down. So before we left Indiana, I planned out every meal. I made our grocery list, and as soon as we got to Pigeon Forge, we picked everything up at Kroger. That gave us breakfast, lunches, snacks, simple dinners, and because we weren't eating out for every meal, we chose to enjoy a couple restaurants that we were really excited about. The groceries for our family of 10 came to a total of $316.41, and that was groceries for all the meals that I had planned for the entire week. And that was lunches. We had lunch meat sandwiches. I planned breakfast. I did shop at Costco and bring some things with us from Costco, and you can check that out in my other video. I love my Heavenly Hunks and my Wild Berry Protein Oats. My husband brought his favorite coffee, and I found the creamer at the Kroger. And at Costco, I grabbed the Honey Nut Cheerios. And at Kroger, we picked up the milk and some fresh produce. The kids love blueberries in their cereal. So these made for super quick and easy breakfast that we could have before setting out for the day. And it also helped us with saving money because we could pick our lunches and plan having a picnic lunch, or if we were going to eat out that day at a really special restaurant that we had picked out. For the mornings where we had more time, I would make scrambled eggs and some kind of breakfast meat, whether that was bacon or sausage, and I served that with a side of fruit, whether that was blueberries, or I found these nice strawberries also at Kroger, and so I would just serve that buffet style. Jack had his favorite hot sauce, the Frank's Red Hot that he brings along to serve on all of his food. For dinners, I planned really simple, very simple, basic dinners that were filling for everyone. And my oldest took charge of the kitchen, and he grilled up chicken thighs and made his famous fettuccine Alfredo. So he cooked that up, and he was our master chef one night. So I got a night off of cooking, and we just plated that up on paper plates because nobody felt like doing dishes except for the dishes that we had with cooking. And everyone was really, really happy. And I served that with a Caesar side salad and some fruit. And this was filling, and everyone was really happy. Just because we were planning on cooking our meals didn't mean that we had to have boring meals. On this particular night, my husband grilled up chicken legs, and we served those with barbecue sauce on them. And I picked up a box of pasta salad from Kroger while we were there. And the kids really liked this bacon ranch pasta salad, so that was perfect. And Kroger had watermelon on sale, so everyone was really happy with this. And we had friends bring us these gourmet cookies that were amazing. One of the things that really helped us stretch our attraction budget was buying the Ripley's combo package. It included the aquarium plus 2 additional attractions, and we chose the Ripley's Aquarium, Ripley's Super Fun Park, and the Ripley's Mountain Coaster. I absolutely recommend looking into one of these packages if you're planning on visiting multiple Ripley's attractions. It gave us more value than buying everything separately. We saved about $20 a person, which when you have a 10-person family, that saves an awful lot. I'll admit, I wasn't sure that the aquarium would be a favorite. I really thought once you've seen one fish, you have seen them all. I really didn't think there was anything that I would be impressed by. But as you can see from my kids' reactions, they absolutely loved it, especially Jack. He knew so much about all the animals, and everyone, even Evelyn, was absolutely fascinated by just all the different types of fish, and they did such a good job with explaining the different like ecosystems and the different animals that you would see in different parts of the earth. And it was really, really educational. And for the kids, it was very interactive for the kids. And so seeing the kids so excited completely changed my perspective. And I really thought it was worth every penny. It was so well done. And I see why so many people really enjoyed the aquarium. So 5 stars from us, and we really recommend it. Next, we visited Ripley's Super Fun Park, and the kids had so much fun here. It was really nice because all the kids could participate. They were laughing together and just enjoyed being on vacation. They loved the squirt guns on the water boats. They just couldn't get enough of it. So much fun. They loved the go-karts and racing them. The little kids absolutely loved the carousel. They had little kitty bumper cars. So much fun. For the big kids all the way down to the little kids, it was perfect for our family of 10 with such a wide range of ages. So much fun.
They took up a whole game about how they're faster than me. And then I passed them in the first lap. I'm in a power struggle with like 4 other people. I've already put like 4 people behind me. And they're literally behind the entire track. After playing an entire game of me not being able to beat them. Lies. All lies.
We are giving the Super Fun Park 5 stars from our family of 10. Then the Ripley's Mountain Coaster. This one was such a fun experience for all the kids. Even the little kids could ride with an adult, and it was so much fun watching everyone's reactions, and they got to see these amazing mountain views And they absolutely loved that you can control the roller coaster. Some of them were a little faster than others, and even Dad really enjoyed this one as well. And sometimes when you have little kids, you just have to do nap time. So that's what we did while everyone else was riding on the mountain coaster. So this gets 4 stars from our large family of 10. The Titanic was another big splurge that we chose for our activities. And this was my number one exhibit that I absolutely wanted to go to. I had heard such good things about the museum that it was very well done, and I was not disappointed. It was so neat. They give you a boarding pass, and it has the biography and information about a passenger on the Titanic. And my person was Maria Backstrom. And then at the end, you find out what happened to the passenger that you were given the information about their boarding pass. And we learned so much about the Titanic and the history. It was so well done, and it was very interactive for the kids. Older kids, Evelyn cried throughout the museum, and then she found the slanted floor, and that was her favorite thing. And we spent so much time at the slanted floor, more than anywhere else. But the kids absolutely enjoyed the interactive exhibits. They enjoyed actually getting to experience. You could put your hand in 28-degree water, and they saw what it was like. And everything was very family friendly, and everyone found something that they absolutely enjoyed or found fascinating. And I just thought it was incredibly well done. And so for us, the Titanic Museum gets 5 stars, and I highly recommend we would definitely go back. You can also see the Titanic made out of Legos, and they really thought that was pretty neat too. If I could only recommend one free thing for large families to do while you are in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, it would absolutely be Cades Cove. It has beautiful mountain scenery, wildlife, hiking, and especially when you have a large family, getting everyone around out of the vehicle and for a picture takes a little bit of work, but we got there. And when you can take these trails and these hikes, we chose an easy trail, just a half a mile round, and it was really hot that day. So the kids really, really enjoyed that, and so much history. And we saw the old mill, and the kids were really interested in how it worked, and the history behind the mill was my favorite. And so, especially after all the crowds of Gatlinburg and the other activities, it was so peaceful and so nice just to step back into history and see this beautiful area and all the wildlife and getting to know the Appalachian area. Some of the exhibits even had rangers and people who were very knowledgeable about the exhibits, and they could explain things to you. So it ended up being one of our favorite memories. So from our family of 10, Cades Cove gets 5 stars. The island in Pigeon Forge was another place that we loved, and here's the best part. You didn't have to spend any money to enjoy it. We wandered throughout unique shops, and you can just walk along the streets, and it doesn't cost a thing to be able to go in. The kids love seeing the dinosaur displays. We found plenty of free samples, And all the patriotic 4th of July decorations were beautiful. It was just so much fun to be able to walk around together, and everybody found something exciting and something that they found really unique and enjoyed. And Jack found a rubber chicken. I did not let him buy it, and I turned the sound off so you didn't have to be subjected to that. But they each found something incredibly unique and really fun, and each of them got to pick something out that we let them buy, and it was so much fun to see what each kid picked out. My husband found 101 things to do with pickles. Jack found a giant hot sauce, but he was unwilling to give up on his favorite hot sauce. We found this little shop, the Sneaky Squirrel. So much fun. Cooking in the cabin for most of our meals meant that eating out felt like a treat. And on our last night, we decided to splurge. We chose the Old Mill restaurant, and it cost us $191.03 for our family to eat there. And it was a family-style dinner. Everyone said that they got full, which is a big achievement when you have a bunch of teenagers. And the service was good and the food was delicious. So 5 stars from our family of 10. And then we picked the sloppy hog for lunch one day, and it was delicious. It cost us $155.49. The service was good. The food was amazing. Highly recommend it. I would definitely go back. 5 stars from our family of 10. Our trip ended earlier than we planned by several days due to a medical emergency. So there were quite a few things that did not happen that were on our list. The next time, we would love to visit the Bush Beans Visitor Center, the Forbidden Caverns, Heritage Park. We wanted to be able to do mini golf, and we wanted to spend more time exploring downtown Gatlinburg and taking in the shops. But honestly, I'm okay with that because it just means that we have ideas for another trip. The total cost for our trip for our family of 10 was $4,334.17. While it wasn't inexpensive, we felt that every dollar we intentionally spent helped create memories that we will keep for a long time. I think people assume traveling with a large family means you either have to spend a fortune or stay home. But we've found another way. We don't try to do everything. We don't eat out for every meal. We choose experiences that matter the most. And for a family of 10, that kind of limits what we could do, but I think we found the best opportunities that met the needs for our family and the wide range of ages that we have. And we also found plenty of free moments that became some of our favorite memories. When I think back on this trip, I don't think about the receipts and how much it cost. I think about Jack's face at the aquarium when he was looking at all those fish and he could name off every single one. I think about baby Evelyn laughing on that slanted floor at the Titanic Museum. The mountain views from our cabin that we got to enjoy from the porch and the kids playing in the hot tub. The peaceful drive through Cades Cove. Okay, well, maybe there was a little bit of crying that happened and complaining, but outside was peaceful. The laughter around the dinner table after cooking together, all the fun that we had discovering things at the island. That's why we budget the way we do. Not to spend the least amount possible, but to spend intentionally on the memories that matter the most. People often asked us on this trip, are those all your kids? The next question was almost always, how do you afford this? My hope is that this video shows you that it isn't about having an unlimited budget. That's not possible, but it's about planning ahead and choosing intentionally. If this video helped you plan your own Gatlinburg vacation, I'd love it if you leave a comment telling me one attraction that is on your must-do list. And if you're not already subscribed, I'd love to have you join us here on the Mama Simply channel. Be sure to check out my other videos where I share what our family of 10 ate during our Gatlinburg vacation, how we planned our meals, what worked, and how cooking in the cabin helped us stay on budget. I'll see you in the next video.